You ever wake up thinking it's just another peaceful Saturday only to find yourself at the center of a suburban Cold War? Yeah, I didn't think so. But that's how my story started. Me a mug of coffee and enough glitter to make a kindergarten teacher file for disability. If you'd told me that a community mailbox and a lemon yellow tracksuit would ruin my weekend, I'd have laughed you off my porch. But I guess karma's got a sense of humor. I still remember the sound. The sharp clank of metal right when I was heading down the sidewalk minding my own business. There she was, Karen. 3 doors down. Sunglasses perched on her head like she'd won some kind of HOA beauty pageant, flipping through envelopes like she was TSA for junk mail. She froze when she saw me all fake casual, claimed she was just keeping an eye out for suspicious packages. Suspicious lady, the most dangerous thing in that mailbox was my overdue power bill. She tried to play it off. Said something about HOA oversight, handed me my letter like it was radioactive. I just smiled. No use arguing with someone who thinks authority is a personality trait. So I warned her, told her she might want to step back. She ignored me. Of course she did. That's when it happened, a small pop. A spray of gold and pink glitter shot out of my mailbox like a New Year's Eve in Vegas. I swear Karen hit the deck like she'd taken enemy fire, stumbled right into the hedges, came up looking like a disco ball that survived a tornado. I'm not proud of how hard I laughed, but if you'd seen it, you'd understand. My little glitter bomb was meant to be a joke, a warning, not an act of war. But Karen, she treated it like a crime scene, accused me of assault. I just pointed at the sticker, property of the owner, do not tamper, simple right. Neighbors came out, phones ready. Someone snorted so loud I thought they'd choke. Karen started hollering about privacy violations, swearing to report me. Go ahead, I waved. By lunch, my porch camera had caught her still sparkling, marching to the HOA president's house like a curse with legs. I figured that would be it. Karen throws a fit, then moves on. But Karen's not built like other people. Most folks, they get mad, yell a little, then get over it. Karen. She gets organized. Next morning, official-looking envelope on my doorstep. Accused of unauthorized hazardous materials. Signed, of course, by herself, Karen L., Acting Compliance Officer. I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my coffee. Still, I called the real HOA president Mr. Green. He hadn't approved any such thing. Karen's enthusiastic lately, he said. That's HOA for walking disaster. He told me to send him the letter, promised to take care of it. Didn't matter. By afternoon, Karen was on my lawn phone up, recording herself like she was a citizen journalist. I'm documenting ongoing violations, she announced. For who? Community board? Federal authorities? Maybe both. I told her she should get a lawyer before accusing anyone of glitter terrorism. That gave her pause. She brushed another fleck of pink off her sleeve. This isn't over, she hissed. That night I saved the porch cam footage. Call it a hunch. Sure enough, next morning my mailbox was wrapped in caution tape. A hand-scrawled sign, under investigation, do not use. Karen was directing landscapers like she was running a SWAT team. I asked what she thought she was doing. Crime scene, she said. I nearly doubled over. You mean the glitter? She glared. Tampering with mail is a federal offense. Good thing I'm not the one who opened it, I said. Even the landscapers were trying not to crack up. 3 days in, even the mail carrier wouldn't deliver. Buddy, I'm not getting in the middle of this war. He shrugged. I couldn't blame him. So I escalated. Installed a motion-activated speaker by the mailbox disguised as a rock. Please step away from private property. You are being recorded. Simple, legal, effective. The next morning, Karen came by, clipboard in hand, ready for battle. As soon as she got close, the speaker boomed. She nearly jumped out of her skin, then started shrieking about harassment and surveillance. Threatened to sue me for psychological distress. I just taped up a copy of the postal regulations, highlighted mail tampering penalties. Added a note, knowledge is power. By that evening, the HOA group chat was alive. Clips of the glitter explosion went viral. Someone edited it into a meme, Glittergate. Karen was furious, demanded it be taken down. Too late. Even the local Facebook group had it. That's when I realized this wasn't about mail anymore. Karen wanted control. The glitter was just the first battle. The next morning, my phone blew up. Neighbors sent me screenshots. Karen online calling me a weaponizer of glitter and a threat to community stability. Uploaded selfies of herself still sparkling, claiming she'd been exposed to chemical irritants. Hashtag justice for Karen. I nearly spat out my coffee. By noon, she'd plastered every mailbox with an emergency audit notice stamped with a fake HOA logo. Everyone required to submit to inspection by week's end. I held the paper half laughing, half impressed. A one-woman bureaucracy. Most folks ignored her, but a few newbies were nervous. Karen just sounded so official. When she saw me reading her notice, she put on her best fake smile. Glad you saw it. I'll need to access your mailbox tomorrow. I told her, no. Her smile disappeared. You can't refuse. Neither can you. Then I'll mark you as non-compliant. I almost pitied her. Almost. Karen's whole life was control. Real estate business flopped. She filled the gap with community drama. But my little glitter prank, it attacked her power. So she struck back. Next day, white van pulls up, service inspection magnet on the side. Karen and two teenagers in orange vests. Her nephews, apparently. I grabbed my camera, started recording. Karen, you're impersonating federal employees. That's a felony. They're contractors, she shot back. I'm authorized to supervise. Authorized by who? The community. You mean yourself? Her eye twitched. I'll escalate to postal authorities. Please do. I'd love to hear what they say about you opening my mail. That did it. She called off her nephews, hissed at me that I was clever, that I'd humiliated her. If you stopped opening other people's mail, you'd stay glitter-free, I replied. That afternoon, my wife, who'd watched the whole circus from a distance, told me, she's obsessed, Nate. This isn't nosiness anymore. She was right. So I called the postmaster, Mr. Hanley. Showed him everything. Oh, I know that woman, he said. She's filed a dozen complaints, everything from mailbox paint colors to imaginary tampering. Can you do anything, I asked? He grinned. Better. I'll file a formal report. If she keeps this up, she'll face real charges. I didn't tell anyone. I knew Karen thrived on drama. 2 days later, the HOA president called an emergency meeting. Everyone knew why. Karen marched in like a prosecutor binder under her arm. For 20 minutes, she presented screenshots, photos, even Reddit posts about glitter bombs like I'd started a global conspiracy. People shifted in their seats, some mortified, some just trying not to laugh. When she finally stopped, Mr. Green asked if anyone wanted to respond. I raised my hand, walked to the front, dropped a USB drive on the table. This is porch cam footage. Shows Miss Karen opening my mailbox. Shows her impersonating postal inspectors with minors, already sent to the postal service. You could have heard a pin drop. Karen's jaw worked silently, but nothing came out. Mr. Green closed the meeting. She caught me outside. You think you can humiliate me publicly? You've declared war. I met her stare. I'm just defending my mail. She glared. You'll regret this. That night, I double-checked every camera. Sure enough, at midnight, driveway alarm pinged. Karen flashlight gloves back at my mailbox. I opened the door, called out federal offense round 2. She froze, then started screaming about evidence of tampering. I told her I was calling the sheriff. She ran. Next morning, Deputy Tyler dropped by. Watched the footage, shaking his head. She's lucky you didn't press charges last time. Want me to have a word? Not yet, I said. Let her keep digging. He laughed. You always play the long game. A few days later, the twist arrived, a package heavy addressed to Karen L. Delivery driver left it on my porch. I checked the tracking novelty prank shop sender listed as anonymous. I messaged Karen. She replied, do not touch it. I did not order anything. I set it by her gate, watched from the window. 10 minutes later, she came out with gloves and tongs, prodded the box, dragged it inside. An hour later, pop, shriek, glitter everywhere. She burst out coughing, coated in sparkles. I hadn't sent it. But whoever did, they had the world's best timing. Karen's garage, her walkway, even the roses were covered in pink, gold, and blue. Next morning, she was out there at dawn with a leaf blower muttering about domestic terrorism. The neighborhood looked like Mardi Gras. She must have known I didn't send it, but blaming me was her comfort zone. By midday, she donned a new community safety officer vest, went door to door collecting witness statements about mailbox sabotage. The absurdity was almost impressive. She built an entire bureaucracy of conflict. When she finally reached my door, she asked me to sign a statement swearing I hadn't used explosive materials. I stared at her. You mean glitter? She frowned. You're taking this lightly. That package could have caused harm. Then why was it addressed to you? You're framing me. I almost lost it. Laughing. Karen, you filmed me. Written fake notices, impersonated postal workers. Now you're accusing me of sending you something I didn't send. Maybe it's time you realized you're in over your head. She didn't blink. You'll regret saying that. She marched away, sneakers squeaking. That afternoon, HOA group chat exploded again. Karen posted forensic evidence of her glitter-covered garage. Replies ranged from dangerous levels of sparkle detected to send help. We're under glitter attack. The sarcasm just made her madder. She left the group and started her own HOA safety watch. One-person audience. That night I noticed a new camera on her fence pointed at my mailbox. I took photos, sent them to Mr. Green. Karen's surveillance expansion program is in full swing. He replied, I'm dealing with it. Trust me. The next day, an HOA rep showed up at her house. I watched through my camera feed as they argued on her lawn. He pointed at my property, explained privacy laws. She yanked down the camera in a huff. I thought maybe she was done. 2 days later, certified letter from a law firm, cease and desist for harassment, property damage, and $2,487 in cleaning costs. I called the number. Oh, you must be the glitter case, the receptionist sighed. Don't worry. She used an online template. It's not a real filing. Apparently, Karen had already tried this trick on other neighbors. I framed the letter, persistence of nonsense, hung it in the living room. My wife suggested a weekend away. We left town set, all the cameras tried to relax. Came back, something was off. Mailbox was open, motion light, unplugged, warning sticker gone. The footage showed Karen at 2 a.m., peeling off labels, spraying soap water, waving at the camera, mouthing, "My neighborhood now." But the twist, after she left, another prank package was delivered to her house. This wasn't coincidence. Someone was feeding her paranoia. I called the shop. Sender used same billing as recipient, they said. She was sending glitter bombs to herself. That night I slipped the printout in her mailbox with a sticky note. Maybe check your own receipts. By morning she was out on her lawn waving the paper, screaming about identity theft. Police came. The officer sighed, "Ma'am, we're going to need you to stop calling us over glitter." That line became legend, meme-worthy, even showed up on t-shirts at the next neighborhood fair. But Karen was unraveling. She'd sit on her porch with binoculars watching for imaginary attacks. One night I woke to a metallic crash, my mailbox destroyed. Note on top. No more warnings. That wasn't a prank. That was vandalism. I called Deputy Tyler. Enough, he said. We're filing a restraining order. I was tired. Tyler nodded at the wreckage. My advice? Replace it with steel. Maybe add a surprise inside. Already ahead of you, I said. Glitter trap. 2.0 this time. Legal but unforgettable. Pressure-activated, biodegradable with a recorded warning. You are interacting with federal property. This activity is being recorded and will be reported. My own voice, text-to-speech. I baited it perfectly. Saturday morning, Karen showed up. Clipboard, sunglasses, that same vest. I pretended not to notice. She strolled up, touched the latch. The voice boomed. Warning. She screamed, jumped back. Then wham, glitter everywhere. Blue and silver, a fountain of humiliation. Neighbors cheered. Karen shrieked, threatened to call the police. Good idea, I said. The cops came, reviewed the footage, shrugged. Ma'am, he warned you. This is on you. For a few days, peace. But Karen never let things end. 3 nights later, caught her trying to dismantle the new mailbox. As soon as she loosened a bolt, back up, glitter charged straight in her face with the pre-recorded voice. She ran down the street like a comet of chaos. By sunrise, the video was viral, caption, HOA enforcement goes nuclear. Mr. Green called, laughing. Never seen justice served so beautifully. But when control is someone's oxygen, humiliation just suffocates them. 3 days later, she came to my door, business suit, binder in hand. I've filed a defamation complaint against you, the HOA, maybe Facebook. I just blinked. You're suing the internet if that's what it takes. Karen, truth isn't defamation. She left eyes promising it wasn't over. That night, HOA-wide email community cleanup initiative all about decorative pollutants. Obviously me. I replied, let's start with unauthorized cameras and badges. Replies were a wall of laughing emojis. She wasn't done. Filed a noise complaint, claimed my mailbox was threatening. City inspector came, heard the warning voice, almost collapsed laughing. She really said this was a noise hazard. Yep. Mailbox is fine. Residents questionable. Then the local news picked up the story. HOA drama erupts into glitter war. My favorite quote: I've seen wars with less sparkle. Karen tried to convince a reporter that glitter was toxic. The poor guy just thanked her for the quote and left. One evening, as the sunset caught the last traces of glitter in the sidewalk, my wife asked, "You think she'll ever stop?" I glanced across at Karen's twitching curtains. No, but she'll get quieter. I was wrong. Next morning, Karen in my yard with a power washer. "I'm cleaning this neighborhood of your filth," she yelled. Water hit the mailbox, then kaboom! The last waterproof glitter charge exploded in a pink and gold tsunami. Karen was left soaked, shrieking, sparkling brighter than ever. The whole block watched in silence, then burst out laughing. In that moment, it finally hit me. This was never about mail or glitter or even rules. It was about control. And the louder someone tries to control others, the more spectacularly they lose control themselves. Karen had just detonated her last bit of credibility in a cloud of color. After that, things got quiet. She pulled the blinds, stopped going outside. 4 days of real peace. Then a handwritten letter in my mailbox, no return address, but the perfume gave her away. "You have humiliated me. You think you've won, but this is far from over. Not a threat, but close." That night, I compiled every bit of evidence, videos, notices, messages, sent it to the HOA and local authorities. Saturday morning, Karen re-emerged on the back of a truck giving a speech. Restore community values, recall meeting. She waved a clipboard, begged for signatures. People listened, then wandered away, mostly amused. Mr. Green messaged me. "Time to end this officially." Next day, small meeting. Karen binder of evidence. She demanded my suspension. Mr. Green sighed. "Karen, you were the one who tampered with federal mail property twice." She denied it, claimed it was staged. Staged by who? The universe, I asked. The board voted she was stripped of all HOA duties. For the first time, Karen was speechless. She left furious. That evening, 2 teenagers, her nephews, tried to vandalize my yard with glitter balloons. I caught them, reported it. Deputy Tyler gave her a formal warning. Karen waved the paperwork at me, voice shaking, called me a bully. I walked away. Let silence do its job. Later that night, her sister knocked on my door. "Karen's not evil," she said, "just lost. Her marriage gone, her business tanked, community involvement was all she had left." For a moment, I felt a flicker of pity. Not forgiveness, just understanding. People build their worth on control. When it slips away, they claw for anything. 2 nights later, Karen left a box on my mailbox. No glitter, no tricks, just a note. "You were right. I went too far. Maybe controlling things made me feel safe. I don't expect forgiveness, just peace." I stood under the porch light holding her letter and felt for the first time nothing but relief. A week later, she